Yo, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm Hussein. I've introduced myself before. I do YouTube videos on self-help, self-building, and basically just trying to like help people out, whoever want to help. So like self-awareness is what I'm talking about right now. And it seemed to be an issue surrounding me and my community of self-awareness. Because like when you have something being marketed to you all the time and it's a person that look like you, right? You think that that's the way that you're supposed to be, or that's the way that you're supposed to behave, and that's not really actuality. Okay, so like what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to be able to know that it got to be something wrong with that picture. Okay, like how come every time you see a picture of yourself, it's a negative image? That's not cool. All right, so like what I recommend is if you want to develop a better self-awareness, right, you have to dig deep. You have to dig deep into your roots, because the picture of what's been shown to you of your identity today is a picture that if you was to accept that identity, it'll get in your way. All right, so like when I was young, everybody was a thug, pretty much. Like that's what you wanted to do, bad shit, because that's all we listened to. That's all we saw on TV. Pants sagging, all that. So like, when I think about self-awareness, right, I don't want to identify myself with any of that. Okay, I'm a 41-year-old man, and that attitude has done nothing but got me in trouble and brought out the worst of me. Okay, so I believe that you have to be real careful about the images of yourself that you accept. Okay, you just can't accept all of the bullshit, right? Because that's exactly what it is, bullshit. All right, so I had to dig deep. I said, man, hold up. Now I remember when it once was a crime to walk down the street, right, and be black. Like people used to get dogs sicked on them. They used to get all types of harassment. It was all types of things happening. And it's like, how can I allow myself to keep walking around like I don't care about that shit? That shit just don't make no sense. All right, so like all I want is better for myself, self-awareness. So it's like if I pick up the images that's marketed to me every day, there's nowhere in the world that I would even care about that type of stuff, right? Because the only thing people talking about is getting high and having sex and committing crimes. All of the things that hold you back. All right, so it's like you could come from the struggle, but you don't gotta embrace the struggle as your identity. All right, so you gotta be careful with that shit, because you ain't gonna do nothing but hold yourself back. You feel me? I'm telling you, on some real shit. That's why they say you're supposed to use your imagination and imagine a life that you want to live, and imagine the person that you want to be, and you have to build that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like build your dream. All right, but if you always telling yourself and you always identifying yourself with the struggle, then how the hell are you gonna ever grow? There's no way for you to grow if you identify yourself with the struggle constantly. So I recommend that if you really want to grow in life, you know, like I'm doing that right now. I'm growing, I'm elevating. So and what helped me out was information, knowledge. All right, I started listening to Earl Nightingale and Bob Proctor, and I was listening to things like that, self-building information, okay, to help reprogram my mind and reprogram my attitude that I had picked up from my environment that was holding me back. You know, the attitude of not having ambition, really, and not having higher goals, not seeking a higher level of living, being comfortable with what I had, with what I, you know, all that. So, like, that's not actually my recommendation. I recommend that you start looking into another way, all right? Because just because you come from or you was born into that doesn't mean that that's you, that's your identity. See, if you think about it, right? If you know about God, and a lot of us, you know, we have family members that are religious. You know, some of us may not be, but we all heard that God said we're gonna all be blessed, right? So God said that we're gonna all be blessed, right? Just think about this. They say you have to believe, you have to have faith, and you also have to put in the work, right? You put in the work. So if God said, don't do X, Y, and Z, but then when you cut on the TV and you see images of you, and the images of you are doing X, Y, and Z, and saying X, Y, and Z, right? Then pretty much what you're doing is you're cursing yourself. You're setting yourself up. You're actually hurting yourself. So like when you pick up the identities that are marketed to you, the only thing you're doing is you're cursing yourself, pretty much. Accepting evil behavior. Accepting evil behavior, right? Sinful behavior as something that's cool, and it's really not. And then people wonder why they're not getting ahead. You know, like, man, ain't nothing wrong with listening to the music. I love the music. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be careful. You gotta be real careful about how you let that stuff affect you psychologically. Because if you let it affect you to the point where it's affecting your behavior and you're actually picking up these negative images that hold people back and get people in trouble, I guarantee you that you're going to end up just like me and the rest of the other guys that's my age or that's older than me that did the same thing. They set themselves back, right? And then had to basically rebuild themselves later on in their lives. So, like, I'm 41. I should be way ahead of the game than I am right now, right? Looking around me. So I see what's going on. I understand what happened. What am I going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? There's no way that you can all continue to keep going down the same damn line or road. There's no way. There's no way you should want to continue to go down the same road. It just don't make no sense. We know this shit don't work. We know it don't work. Look, I'll tell you like this. If you really want to change, I guarantee you, if you start listening to Earl Nightingale, The Way a Man Thinketh, and The Strangest Secret, every day, it would change. You would change. See, when they say that God doesn't change a person, right, until the person changes what's in their heart. So You have to purify your heart. You have to change your heart. You have to become a better person. You have to stop doing all of these sinister ass things that you're doing if you want to grow. All right? If God said don't steal, don't steal. Listen, I'm telling you like this. I know it ain't that simple, but listen, you have to work to the point where you're not doing anything that God said don't do. Because if you are doing it, then you're going to invoke the curse upon you, and you're going to have problems. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how much money you don't got. Or you don't have. All right? It happens to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us when it comes to the financial status or whatever. So my recommendation is to wake the fuck up and realize, wake the fuck up and smell the coffee, right? Smell the fucking coffee, the Folgers, you know what I'm saying? The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Wake the fuck up, all right? I'm telling you right now, don't keep thinking that that shit's cool, because it's not cool to be dumb. It's not cool to be stupid, all right? It's cool to be smart. That's what it is, all right? I used to think that it was cool to be dumb. Until I became a grown motherfucking man and went through all the bullshit that I went through. That's when I said, yep, I had it wrong the whole time. I was just trying to be with the cool, with the in crowd or whatever. I don't know what it was. Look, like I said, back then, the mindset and the mentality was backwards, all right? There's no way in the world that in 2024 that it should still be the same way. All right, we need to grow. I'm trying to see us on a better level, in a better position, as far as the whole environment goes. Because, you know, I got in trouble, and when I was, and in my situation, seeing the little young black faces that I saw, and by the large numbers and quantities, it's just, and nobody's talking about this shit. So, like, I don't know why, but I'm talking about it. It bothers me. Look, I got dudes. I know it's a lot of people out here that's my age that got sons and daughters that's probably in jail right now. You know what I'm saying? Serving time. It's that shit should not keep going on. So it's like, if your kids is going out here doing stuff to make money, that shit ain't right. So we need to figure out what we gotta do as a whole, all right, to stop this shit, because the kids shouldn't be having that much pressure on them where they gotta go outside and commit a crime just to get some money in their pocket. All right? So something ain't right. All right? I know that. So right now, I think right now is the time that people should be getting themselves together. You know what I'm saying? For real. I ain't the one to tell somebody what to do, but I would pretty much. I mean, just on a. Hey, I'm not an irrational person, and I'm just saying, just all the things that we've been through as a group of people, right? It's like it's 2024. All right, we went through all that. Like, I don't gotta break down the history and all the things that we went through, but we should all be trying to like reach higher goals. All right, we still got people walking around right now, right, in our community that's still psychologically affected from the past. Okay, on a serious level. All right, we're not gonna act like this shit is not real. It is real, and all right, and it's happening. All right, and we're not gonna keep on trying to distract people that need to heal from healing, because it's not right. Because that's how you create problems, and that's why you still got people walking around messed up, because a lot of people ain't dealing with their problems and stuff in the past. So it's like people need to really try to figure out why they're not growing and what's stopping them from growing so that they can get it together. All right, and that's another part of self-awareness. All right, because I'm gonna tell you, if you're an adult, you should be making money, taking care of your family, all right, and saving for a rainy day. Or setting yourself up to make some money and take care of your family and save for a rainy day. You're supposed to be putting yourself in position to do that if you are an adult, okay? That's what you should be thinking about. And if you're not thinking about that, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong. You got the wrong shit on your mind. I guarantee you that. All right? And we could do this. All right? We've been through a whole lot of shit. Okay? It's like the shit just don't end. But it can end. We need to make it end. See, if you want this shit to end, you gotta make it end. See, like through my whole mission and my whole journey, the whole thing that's been driving me is just the fact that I'm giving myself a chance. Fuck that. All right? I mean, fuck it. Like 50 say, get rich or die trying, or type shit, like that. That's where I'm at. All right, and I'm not giving up. All right, I'm gonna give myself a chance. I'm going to get my piece of the pie. All right, and whatever I gotta do to get it, I'm going to do it. But I'm not going to continue moving backwards. All right, because that shit is not working. So I really want to encourage all of those that was affected psychologically throughout life from their environment to really learn about self-awareness, dig deep into themselves, and do whatever they got to do to fight and get themselves out of the situations that they in, because a lot of the shit that we picked up in our communities throughout our lives is the reason why we're not advancing in life right now. And then on top of that, dealing with the racism and all that other bullshit, systematic oppression and shit like that, got a lot to do with it too. So we should really be trying to dig deep into all the books, be on YouTube every day, figuring out what the heck we could do to make ourselves better. All right, especially if you come from a situation or you come from a background where your family ain't had the money for school and you ain't actually have the smarts to get a scholarship or something like that. Like whatever the case may be, all right, you still can have a piece of the pie. All right, it's never too late. All you have to do is tell yourself that you deserve it and you can have it, and you're going to do whatever you're going to have to do to get it. And that's the bottom line. All right, and you have to stop doing all of the things that you're doing that's holding you back. See, people got to realize that, like, once you realize what's holding you back, you got to do something about it. You just can't continue to let something hold you back and prevent you from progressing and prospering in life, because life is about personal growth. That's what life is about. If you ain't got that shit in your head yet, then I'm telling you right now, life is about personal growth. Everything in life grows. They start from a seed and it grows into it, whatever. All right? But when I look around me in my community, I see a whole lot of people that's not growing. There's something wrong with that. So that's telling me that there's a huge self-awareness issue plaguing my environment and the people in my environment. All right? And I'm hoping that people can do some research and find out what it means to be self-aware, because it got a lot to do with everything about life. Your pockets, to your relationship, to your mindset, to your image, to how you think, to how you feel, to your behavior. It's a whole umbrella. It's a whole umbrella. That's what it is. So use it to your advantage. Use it to your ability. It's a skill. It's a great skill. All right? Self-awareness. I'm going to close out with that. All right? So please, if you like information like this, subscribe to my channel. And I got other videos on there too that I create about all types of things. All right, so I like to create stuff and put it on there so people can learn whatever they can learn from me, because that's what life is about, learning. Please subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day, y'all. Peace. Remember, it's time to get it together. Let's bounce back. Let's do what we gotta do. Let's stop moving backwards and let's move forward. Let's tighten up. All right, y'all. Peace.